Okay, hello. Hello and good morning. Hello. Brian, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Sent you a hype trailer? Oh yeah, the Monster Hunter crossover. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I sent y'all the screenshot from the end of it. Yeah. It looks cool. I think it's really funny that there's a that one of the skins is literally just Rajang. Like I don't hate it. I think it's very funny. Okay, I think that's a good spot for it. I think it's really funny. I think it's also just like, I don't know, it's odd. You know what I mean? That's it. Okay. Yeah, I was bummed when I saw that trailer. I saw that trailer yesterday. I was like, oh right, the Halloween event. I completely forgot that they were doing Halloween stuff. So not everyone should do Halloween stuff. Too many people do Halloween stuff, and so then it's like, okay, it's Halloween. I just gotta play a lot of video games. I just gotta play video games all day. Can't go trick-or-treating. Can't pass out candy. I can't do anything. I gotta play video games. Oh, goodness. I spent a little bit of time this morning. Sage, hello. My mood is fucked. I hate everything again. I've been there, friend. I've been there. I hope you can take some time for yourself. And you know, focus on yourself, and try to turn your mood around. Try to turn your mood around, because I definitely know how that gets. I definitely know how that gets. I didn't know I had Froggy's Battle on itch. What? So I realized. So I was poking at Play Night yesterday, and I realized that I either it disconnected or I hadn't set it up properly. The library importer for itch, and I was like, I've got a ton of itch games, so I should make sure that that's set up properly. And so I did it. It added a ton of games, and I was like, oh, I guess maybe I never had this set up properly. So now I've got a ton of stuff. A ton of new stuff in my Play Night, which is fun. I don't buy a lot of video games on itch, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, you know, if they did a thing if they did a thing where you could get games that you have on Steam on itch, I feel like that would at least get a ton of people to look at it, you know? Like, people would have to agree to it, obviously, but it would be a great way to get people to look at it and go, oh. Great mood at work. Dealing with my boss for 15 minutes, ruin it. Yup. I'm sorry, Sage. That really sucks. That really sucks. So I got into War Tales, and my first character died. I realized I felt nothing for him, and that got uncomfortable immediately. I had just reunited him for free on a Path of Vengeance for a nice epitaph. It was great on the side of the road. Yeah, I had a character die when I was playing that, because so I was playing War Tales yesterday, which was very cool. Oh, it decided to completely reset the Game Pass connector. Okay. I was playing, I checked out War Tales yesterday while I was working on some stuff. And I told Brian and Jalen about it, and then they both independently went and played War Tales. Hey, War Tales is all right. It's on Game Pass. I'd give it like a solid 8.5, like strongly. Maybe a 9. I have to play it on my Series X. So the reason I'm hesitant to like give it a higher score is when I went to boot it up after lunch, it locked my save just completely. Just my save was completely gone. So that was kind of a bummer. I got it installed on my Series X, and it's optimized for Series X. So I need to play it. I want to play it on that, see how that goes. Yeah, it's the first time that's happened in so long. It's the first time it's happened that I've booted a game and just been like, there's just no save here. Like I can't think of the last time that happened, honestly. I'd only played like 2 hours. Like, you know, it's not like I lost like a whole day or anything. You know, I was just like, man, okay, whatever, that's fine. That's fine. I learned some things. We'll take it as a learning experience. If someone dies, you reload. That's the rule of gaming. Yeah, and that's what I did. So if you get into a fight during a thunderstorm, you can have lightning strikes. And if you are caught in a lightning strike, you die. Kind of fairly so. Kind of a perfectly understandable mechanic. But I misjudged the distance I would be able to travel, and ended up just on the inside of one of those. But I was showing Aaron, and War Tales is cool. If you've got Game Pass, it's an open world mercenary RPG. You lead a band of mercenaries, and you just get up to shit. You know, you do mercenary shit. But I love like the crafting. I love the perks. You know, you explore and you get what the game calls knowledge points. And then you use knowledge points to unlock like overall perks. And then if you do, there's like 4 paths. And if you do things on those paths, you unlock points to unlock specific. It's cool. It's a lot of just like, there's a thing, and we do the thing. Here we go. You know, it's good. It's good. I'm very into it. I'm very into it. And it's free. Well, it's free. It's on Game Pass. Somebody said that the other day. Somebody described something as being on Game Pass as free, and I was like, yes, but no. So I'm gonna try to stop myself from describing it that way. Not because it's like I have like any magic or any big issue with it, you know, like if someone else, like, I think that reaction is exactly how big a reaction I have of just like, But it was cool to see it literally came out of nowhere. Like, I don't remember seeing it talked about that it was going to come out. And then, you know, they did the Game Pass update for November, and they were like, here's the games. And I was like, oh, War Tales looks kind of cool. So, if you've got Game Pass, check it out. I definitely enjoyed my time with it. One of the more interesting things that the game did, in my time with it, is you can craft pitons. And if you can put a piton in at the top of like a cliff and then use that to scale down the cliff. And I was like, that feels like a thing that I want in like a lot of other games. And boy, it's just useful to have here. BlizzCon starts today. Oh, right. Okay, so Lappin is leaving. I wanted to look into that. That's 6 hours. Looks kind of neat. Coffee Talk is leaving, but I think I own that on Steam. Townscaper is leaving. Townscaper's cool. I should make Erin sit down and play some Townscaper, because she would like it. All right. Let's get Alan started here. Let's wake him up. Okay, the game minimized. That's weird. They had another patch over, I think it was Tuesday, I want to say. I want to say it was Tuesday. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. I saw they had a new patch. They still had tickets available for sale yesterday, which was previously unheard of. Tells you how far they're fallen. Actually, wow, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I do remember for the longest time, for a long time, you would not be able to get BlizzCon tickets. Like, you couldn't just be like, I want to go to BlizzCon and do it. So yeah, that's a very good point. Okay. Just take this opportunity, fill stuff in. Cause I like it. I like, you know, you go, you put the things where they go. I think in terms of, this is the thing this isn't really a thing we've touched on. This is a fantastic tool for like helping people remember the story, or seeing how all of the various things fit together. Like, this is a great idea. I kind of want to play the game just for this. Yeah, like, this is such a cool thing that, like, hey, maybe your game doesn't need to have, I think between this and Final Fantasy 16, there can be the start of a conversation of saying, like, hey, there should kind of be a way in your game for people to, like, be like, who's this guy again? Who's this? And then you can pull up a little thing and you go, oh, okay, right. This guy. this guy. Okay. What's my goals? My goals right now is to take the car back to Bright Falls. I don't know if I want to take the car back to Bright Falls or if I want to take this opportunity to swap to Alan. Like I said going into this that I wanted to kind of swap when it made narrative sense. And I feel like we're at a narrative point where it would make sense to swap. Especially given that we saw Alan in the overlap and we're like, hey, what? I mean, you know, let's go back to Bright Falls. Let's go back to Bright Falls. Let's reconvene with
It's so quiet now.
Let's reconnect with Casey.
Folks sure can get loud, huh?
I don't mind it.
See how it's going.
To grab life's gifts while you can.
Yep. Did I miss it? Something? Okay. I think it's only on this side of the car. We'll go back to Bright Falls. We'll reconnect with Casey. We'll talk to Alan. And then we'll see where we go from there. You know? We'll see where we go from there. On the other side, you have games like Final Fantasy 13 overly relies on its database to tell its story for it. I forgot we were gonna play all of those games. That should be something.
Wake.
Oh, hello.
My name comes up, your books come up, you come up. I've read them. There are echoes of my life.
I gotta play those.
Like
We've been talking about those for long enough. Oh.
What happened to Alan Wake?
Uh-oh.
The unanswered mystery. Never expected to find you alive.
My head's killing me.
Do you want to take something, or Casey, you just gonna stand there?
I think you like using people, Wake. Taking their lives and twisting them into your stories. And when someone gets hurt, it's kick-ass material for the next one. Shit! Spilled my coffee.
Take it you're not a fan then, Agent Casey.
This is not your playground, and I'm not your fucking creation.
It doesn't work that way. You can't make something out of nothing, even in the dark place where the rules hardly apply. It's very complicated to make fiction come true.
I was right.
I saw
I love it.
visions of what's happening. What will happen?
I literally called it.
Dreams.
I literally said
To use them in my writing.
it makes more oh.
Even with a paralyzing amount of planning. I think I stopped writing. I think I gave up. But there's a manuscript. Maybe I forgot not to write.
I mean, it was 13 years, like. The captions are a little off, but.
I just want to fix this. Find a version of the story that fixes everything.
Shut up! Get down! FBI!
We want the rider! No one else needs to get hurt!
Fuck off!
Casey!
Shit.
Hey, what are you doing? Scratch! He's close!
Stay down!
Wait, I need a gun!
No chance. FBI!
I love him just shouting FBI.
Crazy! Look out!
Return 4. No chance. What a cut. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That's not a good sign.
Hold it! Freeze! It's here!
What? Alan, what happened? What did you do?
I had escaped the dark place. So had the dark presence. Scratch. He was here, in Bright Falls. I could feel him as a growing pressure in my head. Stronger by the minute. Why didn't he kill me with the rest? What did he want?
And then he awakened his avatar. I wonder if Scratch is in his head. Man, that sunset's real. Like, oh.
I needed to find Casey.
Like,
we were on the same side in this fight. Strength in numbers.
Are we gonna have an echo? Did you switch, or did it force you to switch when you finished Saga's chapter? This is return. This is technically a Saga chapter. I did not manually switch. My guess is I'm playing as Alan in this point for just like narrative cohesion. Yeah, I ain't going that way.
I need to protect myself. A gun and flashlight. How nostalgic.
How nostalgic. So did the game... So I think the game froze because of the epic achievement. Because on my screen, you can't see it here on the capture. The epic achievement is stuck in the on screen. I'll take a screenshot of that. So I think in trying to render the achievement, it broke the game, which is cool. I wonder if Epic knows that everyone hates their achievements. All right. I can't close the game. Okay. I'm forced closing the game. Still not closing. Since when does Epic have achievements? They've actually had achievements for a bit. They've they've actually had achievements for a little bit. It was a thing a while ago. So a little bit ago, Ubisoft realized that people hate having multiple launchers and was like, okay, we're gonna go back to selling our games on like regular stores, because, you know, that's like the reasonable thing to do. And they put it out on Steam, and I don't remember if they put it on Epic, but they put it out on Steam, and people, okay. They put it out on Steam, and people were really mad that it didn't have Steam achievements. Doesn't want to capture the game for some reason. This is fun. This is a fun thing I have to deal with. And so people were like, calculator isn't even open. Why do you think you can capture calculator? And so Ubisoft didn't put Steam achievements, and people were mad about it. People were like, hey, Ubisoft, like, you know, like, you have in-game things, like, how can you not just map those to achievements? And Ubisoft was like, we're not bothered. And so the guy in charge of Epic was like, okay, from you know, some date, there we go. From some date, like, you're going to have, all games on Epic are required to have achievements. If it's a new game that comes out starting this date, and old games should add them whenever they can. But we're not enforcing, we're not backdating it, but if it's a new game, you have to have achievements. And if you look up like Alan Wake achievements, people hate. Thank you for autosaves. People hate the achievements in Alan Wake. The achievement pop-up is too big. The achievement sound is like, it's a weird like boop boop, and you're just like, this is awkward to have in the middle of this scene. Yeah, we're gonna skip this scene because I saw it.
I had escaped the dark place, so had the dark presence.
And so like,
he was here.
Excuse me, a lot of the stuff about this game that I've seen has been
a growing pressure in my head.
How much people hate the achievements.
Why didn't he kill me with the rest?
And it just froze my game, so yeah, I could throw my
I needed to find Casey.
Throw me in
We're on
there.
the same side in this fight. Strength in numbers.
Throw me in on that one. I have noticed when it goes to do the achievement that there's a little slowdown. And I was like, well, that's fun. That's a fun thing.
I need to protect myself.
Let's see if it does it again.
A gun and flashlight. How nostalgic.
Yep, no slowdown because it didn't unlock the achievement. And no crash. Great, cool, good, thanks, great, good. Okay, it sounds like Casey's fighting a monster.
That's Casey. He was still alive.
Hell yeah. Eat wrecked. Just every time I shoot, I'm a writer.
These were the cultists the FBI were after. Were they letting themselves be taken? Or did the dark presence not discriminate?
Casey, that's very funny. That's a very funny thing to shout. Jalen!
pressure in my head was unbearable.
Got her so bad the axe didn't know she was dead.
Stronger than ever.
Jalen, how you doing today, my friend?
Casey! Look out!
Valhalla Nursing Home. What? Oof. It's cold. It is cold.
The pressure eased off. Scratch was further away. I could think again. Casey. Casey, I'm coming!
Oh, man. Oh.
Casey!
Oh. Did it take Casey?
FBI, drop the knife! Elmo?
Saga, you don't understand.
See, there's something.
FBC, stay down.
Positive ID. Alan Wade.
Agent Anderson.
Oh, yo.
Agent Kieran Estevez, Federal Bureau of Control. We'll take it from here.
Out cold.
Wait, this is my case. This is no longer an FBI investigation. The case has been transferred to us.
Elmo Costello, you're under arrest on
This is
suspicion of
bullshit.
paradoxical crime.
Noted.
No.
The evidence and paperwork from your field office to our base of operation at the sheriff's station. Any other pieces of evidence with you? Anything relevant?
The clicker. I can't trust them with it. Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. Then your work here is done.
If you believe that, you're
You did well.
green as shit.
My partner, Agent Casey's MIA.
We'll look for
He's
him.
my partner, damn it! I
Agent?
should be...
Go home.
Careful moving wake. They think he's a para-utilitarian.
No. Fuck this.
Y'all just saying a lot of words.
Getting the clicker to wake. I'm not done here. Not until I find Casey. Not until my family is safe from this horror story.
End of chapter. All right. I've heard these end of chapter songs are oh, actually I forgot.
With a clicker. I know how it works.
It says you find a dimensional being outside of the realm of human understanding. You walked away. Okay, you've done great. I forgot I was gonna I made the decision to let the end of chapter things happen. Do I have a no? Because I'm not gonna monetize my fucking YouTube, so who cares? Yeah, you've traveled to an outside realm twice and not gone, you know, blabbingly insane. You're doing great.
Saga, it's your grandfather.
How do you have my phone number?
Time you were coming to visit, kiddo.
How did you know I was coming to see you?
Never mind that. We have bigger problems. We're losing. Oh, fuck. Fuck you fucking hag. Fuck.
Shit. Something is off at that nursing home.
Something is off of that nursing home. That is correct. All right, we got a manuscript page. We have it. We have the ability to swap, so I'm gonna swap as I said I was gonna. I said I was gonna swap. Adi and the janitors. Yeah, you missed it. We saw it end of stream on Wednesday. Look at him. Look how fancy he looks. Just proper, authentic big band. Looks great. let's do the manuscript page. Almost looks like a real photo. The idea of it makes me giggle. I hope they show up. I would love that.
The Valhalla Nursing Home, founded in 2014 for Odin and Tor Anderson of the Old Gods of...
Oh, they literally built it for them.
For their twilight years. Built after the return comeback tour. Flip-flopped to the farewell tour. Cut short. Cancelled. As their agent, Barry Wheeler had managed to coax a few hit songs out of them before that.
We've heard of...
The Demon. A couple of others. The old men rocked like their namesakes.
First mention of Barry.
Parties got out of hand.
Canonizing
smoke.
Alan Wake's American Nightmare.
His migraine flared, booze and drugs. A rock and roll cliche. They ran off after every gig. Wheeler had security track them down to the craziest after parties.
Also, oh god, that's Saga in the real world running into something with Audie that's terrifying to think about. I mean, she ran into real life Audie in Watery. She ran into Audie in the real world. Did Jesse send her? Is the oldest house still in lockdown since this was stated to be outside? Yeah, she came because she got an alert. As far as we know, the oldest house is still in lockdown. But yeah, I said we were gonna swap after we came back and saw what was going on, and he knows the place is still in lockdown since the game is 3 years after Control. Yeah. Yeah, as of now, we don't know the status of the oldest house, and it probably won't come up. Like, I'm not expecting a big FBC update.
I wasn't able to escape. A dark presence had stopped me.
She was stationed at Cauldron Lake after the first thing happened. Has been around here for a... Yeah, she's been here for a bit. In the
I had seen the title page of another manuscript.
In the
I didn't remember writing it, but it felt familiar, important. I had to find it.
Okay. At the end of the Alan Wake, the AWE DLC for Control, they get a AWE alert that Langston says he's like that's weird, it's in the future, and he says that Estevez is on site and should take care of it. So my guess is the AWE alert that they get then, right, is the AW alert we saw after we did the Nightingale boss fight after the guy had fixed the tower. My guess is those are the connecting events.
I would write a new draft of initiation to reach Parliament Tower using another murder site. Scratch was reaching out from the dark place to get Alice. She was out, but still in danger.
Oh, ooh, whoa, ooh.
Welcome. Our guest tonight is Alan Wake. This time we wanted to do something.
I was back, and I hadn't forgotten. I knew how this worked now. I could take control, no more surprises.
What demons he wrestles with in the dark hours of the night. Together with our house band, the divine Old Gods of Asgard, we have created something very special. The song is called Herald of Darkness.
Oh.
Call this next segment the story of the journey of Alan Wake, the musical. We just do what we always do. We'll chat, but instead of talking, we'll sing it.
Okay, so we're gonna get a synopsis of what happened with Alan Wake. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Oh, that's the original coat.
What the hell?
I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty. And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
Do I have to move through the level? Is this a Fortnite level? Oh. Okay, well this is weird. It feels like a Disney ride. This is incredible. So has been Culture League for some time before the lockdown. Okay. We say in SBS she's the first canonically queer character in the Remedyverse. That's kind of surprising. What's the actress's name, Brian? She's fucking rad. I should play the Battlefront campaign.
So you were drawn to stories early on. My dreams would light up my imagination. And you had nightmares night and day. Yeah, but with the clicker, I chased those frights away. You, so true. So here is the clue. Hope to remember. Vision.
This is incredible. Act scared. This is amazing. I love these too, where it's just like, is that the dude from Quantum Break? I saw someone speculate that it might have been, but no, Lance Reddick has passed. But I also think they were working on this before that, so I don't think he's supposed to be the same guy. God, like... This is incredible. I just want to see what happens if we hang out here. Does it just loop? Yeah, it just loops. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Not trying to shut down the incredibly cool shit we're seeing. Yeah. This is... I'm sorry, is there more? Does it continue?
And your warrant goes to...
Oh my god, we have Act 2.
And all your stories of crime and chilling thrillers of hard-boiled killers became bestsellers. It was all too much. I had to get away.
Oh, look at all the shadowy people. This is just amazing. Can I go up here? Is there a secret? Oh, hey, I found the arrow. I'm supposed to go here. This is so rad. Who but Remedy, right? This is amazing. Oh. Are we outside? I love these. This is really what makes it feel like a ride at a park. Oh!
I never meant for it to ruin my life that way. Just say you let the jaded lie. Dark shades could never save the day. So sad, but true.
This is amazing. Oh man. The Getaway Club. Boy, I don't like... Do I have a light that I can take from somewhere? Oh. I think that's where we started. Oh, now it says to go this way. Ah. What does it say on the floor back there? Yeah. Yeah, it's been using the signs to guide me around. Act 3. This is wild. This is such a wild thing. Oh.
He could write a new story like Tom Zane before him, and maybe they'd be happy once again. Just one shot, one more chance for him to save their marriage away from the city, a romantic getaway.
It was very much not a romantic getaway. That was not. I can't get over how astounding this is. Oh, the flare gun.
Still he's a torchbearer, and it couldn't be much clearer. A war meets Victoria, true and right. The darkness within him held her hostage. Had he seen her drowning, would have saved her from the darkness of the lake.
This is incredible. Just out here saying the word shifter in the year of our. Oh, I forgot about shifters. Wow. Whoa. I gotta fight during this section. Yeah, I forgot about the word shifter from Quantum Break. He has to dance. Whoop. Okay, we're fighting during this section, apparently. Okay. Maybe it is the same dude. I don't think it is.
Still he's a torchbearer, and it couldn't be much clearer.
It's weird. I thought I had painkillers. Oh! This is going on my Spotify playlist. This is a good song. This is just a banger. If I can deal with you. I love the impact feel of that. It feels like I'm shooting a rocket launcher. Wait for Solo. Oh, man. Reload. There we go. There's a Solo. Enemies. There we go. I almost said something foolish like, oh, I'm glad they gave me so many bullets, but... Boom. I heard someone behind me. All the while, fucking Bob's just shredding. Okay. Yeah, this feels like the first game where there's just a ton of enemies. Safe. I feel like I'm supposed to regain health when I get to these sections, and I don't. And I feel like... I don't know if that's a bug or if I just don't understand what's supposed to be happening. Huh. We didn't finish it, though.
That was interesting.
That was interesting. That's all he... Can I set him a little light? Haha on is it the same dude without taking anything known in this game? Yeah, let me know. Like, let me know, Brian, if it's supposed to be the same guy. I found info on a wiki not for this game, but for the old one.
A vision.
Whoa. Oh, nope, we're still in it.
Such a dark place, am I trapped in here? Is this real? I cannot remember. There was a manuscript, it held a key. A vicious cycle I must not surrender to. Echo scenes to seek out again and again until I figure it out to bring this song to its end.
I think Ilva is how you say Alan's actor's name, and he's really got into it in the second one. He's doing a great job. Herald of Darkness. Musical. That's so funny. The final chorus brings the song to its climactic end.
You gotta figure it out to bring this song to its end.
Amazing. It did say the final chorus. I would have expected. Oh, we're. Oh, maybe this isn't the way I was supposed to go. So in Quantum Break, Lance Reddick plays Martin Hatch, who in a note said he shifted between realities with, quote, I stand in between. I don't see myself as a gate. I remain humble. I'm something smaller, a hatch. In Control, Dylan talks about meeting Mr. Door, who shifted between Remedy versus Worlds. Much like Alex Casey is not Max Payne. It's not necessarily certain if Mr. Door is not Mr. Hatch, because Microsoft owns the rights to Quantum Break characters. It's hard to determine with the passing of Lance Reddick, so you have a different actual human face. That said, I don't know anything about this game reveal, so I'm going to lean on a hard maybe. Yeah, I guess it's not like oh, can I go this way? Oh, there's a TV. I gotta do the TV. Hatch and Door and yeah, and maybe that's why they changed. Maybe that's why they changed the name in Control from Mr. Hatch, from Martin Hatch to Mr. Door, because they're like, hey, listen, we can't use Martin Hatch, but we can get something a little more evocative. The final chorus. Oh, great. Audio is going to hitch during the loading screen. That'll probably be a thing that they'll come out and clarify at some point, I think, just to be like, hey, you know. There's Sam Lake just having a good old time. How much fun do you think Sam Lake had writing this game? Like...
And I thought this place couldn't get any stranger.
Champion of light, herald of darkness, lost in the...
Hi, Audie. Leave the studio. Okay. Audie, you probably shouldn't mop the carpet. Oh, you know what? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Who am I? Who am I to say? He knows what he's doing. He's got it. He's got it. Oh, you know what? Hey, I'm not exploring. What am I doing? I knew this guy was Dora and the whole cinnamon thing. I was playing dumb partly to avoid spoiling. Well, you know, there's the until they say explicitly, hey, this is supposed to be Martin Hatch from Quantum Break. Like, there's an if, right? But I'm kind of surprised they didn't, I would have, this is how you know game journalists are cowards. Why didn't anybody ask, whoop. That was a fucking incredible sequence. We're gonna let this play because, fuck it, I'm not gonna ever monetize my, my YouTube. Like, why didn't any game journalist ever ask them, like, hey, is Mr. Door supposed to be Hatch from Quantum Break? Like, that would be like my first question that I would ask Sam. If I ever met Sam Lake, it would be like that SNL skit that Chris Farley did, where he would be like, he'd be like, do you remember that part in you know, like, you just ask them like the silliest, goofiest questions, you know? I'd be like, okay, so we're supposed to read Alex Casey as Max Payne, right? Like, we're supposed to see that those characters, maybe not exactly the same, but are analogs, right? Okay, so what about this character? What about this character? What about this character? How did you go from having, how did you go from having Courtney Hope as a side character in Quantum Break to being the lead character in Control? What did that process look like? How did, you know? They'd probably be like, maybe we can't say. I think they could say, like legally, I think they could say. I don't, you know what I mean? Here, just. Because like there's a part. Hey, listen, that part was dope. We're gonna keep going with Alan a little bit. There's a part where it's like, you know, part of the mystery is the fun, and part of
all about me.
Part of your interpretation is the fun.
Dark Place was putting on.
But also sometimes you want to know, like, you want to know an answer. You want to be clear on some things.
The payphone was ringing again. The mystery caller was back at it. I had to
also, I'm pretty certain this is supposed to be Thomas Zane.
Alan Wake? Do you know who I am?
How the fuck could I?
Whoa!
There's that famous temper. Lucky thing I'm not a paparazzi.
You keep jerking me around, refusing to tell me who you are.
You remember? You... Oh, fuck me. Alan, listen. Tell me, how much do you remember? Did you visit Parliament Tower? Did you find anything there?
Yeah. Alice?
Yeah,
is in
I think this is supposed to be Thomas Zane.
And there's another manuscript. Not initiation, return. I saw the title page. I don't remember writing it.
Return. Oh man, this is what we're after. The Scratch can't have it. Our survival, the survival of the fucking cosmic everything depends on this. Come to me. Ocean View Hotel. I left my room key for you. It's right there on the payphone.
Ocean?
Remember, the dark place works in loops and rituals. If the waves keep pushing you away, you just need to find another way in.
The Ocean View Motel. The motel from Control.
The Ocean View Hotel. A suspicious invitation to a shady meeting. Right on the money for the hard-boiled genre the whole city was built
How do
upon.
I even... How do... Oh. Oh.
The Ocean View Hotel. My destination.
Forbidden Play brought to life. The Cult. Yeah, I thought it was... I was going to say, I thought it was the Ocean View Motel, but... We talked at the start of Control about my theory with parallels with Remedyverse stuff. Do you know what I mean? Of stuff that's like the same but just slightly different, or like something in a different name. And I think you know, this is another instance. It looks like this because this is what fits. Oh, well, that's bad. You should call somebody. Saggy wallpaper? That, oof. Oof.
A loop that delivered me back to the street. What did the mystery caller said? If the waves keep pushing you away, you just need to find another way in.
Love that.
Dream logic to lead me to the hotel. I looked to the neon signs for guidance.
I really love, like, you're just like, huh, I wonder what I gotta, you're like, oh.
A dark presence is out there. It's hunting me. Its spies are always watching. It's trying to catch me. I think it did more than once. It's stealing from me. Stealing my identity. It wants to be me. Replace me. Twisted version of me. Scratch. Mr. Scratch. It's slithering into the story. Once it's in the story, I have to use it to keep the story true. I got it. I have to make the story darker now. But that gives it power. That's bad. I don't want that. But I have no choice. It's an arms race. I like keep it together. Damn it. I'll be the first one to cross the finish line. I have to beat the devil at his own game.
The story I was building was fragile, constantly under attack. There was no time to waste. The dark presence was only a step behind me.
Oh. The song that Adi was singing, The Nightless Night. The heat of the murder was like a crown burning on his brow. A Thomas Zane film. Music by Ati and the Janitors. Ilmari Huatari. Ati. Based on a novel by Vieco Allen. Vieco Allen is in it. Huh. Mirror Peak Bar. What was the mirror or the mountain by Cauldron Lake was called Mirror or something? Was it literally just called Mirror Peak? Oh, Casey.
You're the killer, the cult leader. It's in your eyes.
No! You've got the wrong man! It's Scratch! There's no time to lose!
You're going nowhere.
I know exactly what just happened. Scratch rewrote the story.
I was dead tired. I just wanted it to be over. It was all my fault. I'd had this dark place in my head for so long. Sometimes I'd forget the pain was there. Like it was the way you were supposed to feel. I was not in a dark place. I was the dark place. The source of it all. The vessel. Me and the writer. We were the same.
This place kept pushing me under, getting into my head, poisoning me with darkness. I had to find a way to escape before it was too late. Too late again.
Oh. These title cards. So yeah, Scratch rewrote when the Scratch thing comes up. That's Scratch rewriting the story. Scratch rewrote the story to have him shoot Casey. And now we're up here because that's how this works. All right. Yeah, I think when Alan came out, scratches in his head or something. That's why he looks like him. It's the Tyler Durden situation. How many lights can I collect? Okay, hang on. I want to get to defensible spot because this music is kicked up in such a way that I'm very concerned. So Saga's chapters are called Initiation. And Alan's chapters are called Return. We know so Initiation is the book that maybe Alan, maybe Mr. Scratch wrote in the Dark Place, or Alan wrote and Scratch heavily edited. You know, I already talked about the bits that look to me like their edits that Scratch is doing. What? Oh. These bad guys kind of look like Alan?
Make you choke on these words.
Oh, come on.
I was safe. But the restless shadows would return.
Desert Shore Motel. Just an interesting name. Hmm. Ninja Bears! Ninja Bears, hello. Ninja, we gotta get you an entry sound. I can't believe I haven't told you about that. Ninja, how you doing today? Alright. Oh, I don't feel jazzed about doing this. Doing well, half day on Fridays, so I just gotta do 3 more hours. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love that. Sounds great. Hopefully you've hopefully you have a nice, easy work day. Hopefully you have a nice, easy day. But yeah, shoutouts to half day Fridays. Damn. Seems pretty easy so far, thankfully. Heck yeah. How are you, friend? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I will say, sadly, Nuja, you just missed maybe like the coolest thing so far in Alan Wake.
was locked from the other side.
Oh, it's Tim? That's Tim. Tim is around here somewhere. But we had a really amazing section with, there's always VODs or youtube.com/mattcaulder. That's very true. That is very true. But we just had a really wild moment with the start of the Alan Wake chapter. It was literally a musical. It was literally a musical. Whoa. Love it. Just like the new Star Trek put in a musical episode. I'm here for everybody's musical creativity. Oh, did the new Star Trek have a musical? That's rad. I'm not a massive fan of musicals, but I always appreciate a good musical episode. Because like you said, like people's creativity is always cool. It's always cool to see stuff done. Oh.
City will suck you dry.
It's always cool to see something done differently.
You'll end up a lost soul haunting the streets and alleys, a faded out shadow glimpsed by some other poor bastard on his way toward the same fate. Your broken dreams become a broken mirror, and the twisted reflection staring back at you with all the pent-up anger, regret, guilt, and shame was the monster you could never get away from.
Tracy wants in a musical episode. I guess I shouldn't say I'm not a musical. How to phrase this? Like, I don't watch musicals. I guess I shouldn't say like I'm not a musical fan, because that makes it sound as though I don't like musicals. I've never really like gotten into musicals. You know what I mean? So it's not that I dislike them. I just never, like, if you're like, oh, it's a musical, I'm just like, so fine, you know. Tim, where are you? Tim, where are you hiding? Talking to a nice man about voting. Voting is important. Hey, Brian, did you check your voter registration? I saw that Ohio purged a bunch of people. Word of gun. All right, what do we got next for word of gun? I guess flare gun projectile, yeah, why not? Oh, is Tim here behind this door? Okay, that door's open now. Tim?
Hey, Al.
Hey, Tim.
How's the memory doing?
Sorry, who are you?
Kidding.
Good to see you, Tim.
You had me going.
Cozy place you got here.
You know, your disappearance from Bright Falls is still the only thing that folks talk about. Well, That and Deerfest. Is this where you ended up back in 2010?
You know about that?
I am the sheriff of Bright Falls. Or I was.
Okay, cool.
Are you related to Sarah Breaker? She was the sheriff of Bright Falls back in 2010.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she's my cousin. I had a police sketch made of Door based on my dreams. I sent it around and Sarah recognized the face from an old case file from the 80s. I moved out there to look into it and became sheriff after she left to join the feds.
Wait. Sarah left to join the feds? Did Sarah join FBC? He's just down here humming, hanging out in the scaring place.
So Deerfest is still a thing.
Oh,
Did Sarah join FBC?
You know, I got zapped here right before it was about to happen.
Funny, me too.
Sarah left, became an IRS accountant. One weird thing happened and she's like, I'm done. No, numbers, spreadsheets, taxes, forms. No.
What was in the case file about Door?
Not a lot of details in it.
Her dad was FBC.
Missing near Cauldron Lake. Eyewitnesses claim he was struck by a bolt of lightning and just vanished. I never found any official records of a Warland Door living in town or anywhere. Another dead end.
Yeah. If anyone was going to become an FBC agent, it would be Sarah. Uncle Frank would have known more, but he's dead. Uncle Frank. Oh, it's Frank Breaker. Yeah. I was like, Uncle Frank. Who's Uncle? It's his cousin. Yeah, that tracks. That fun thing of like, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, right. Cousins. Cousin means uncle, means I got it. I know words. All right. Good luck, Tim, with your search for the guy that's definitely this guy. Do we think this whole thing, the reason he says that it's not, I mean, because that looks like the actor for Mr. Door. How funny would it be if if Tim was looking for Lance Redrick? What just happened? It's assuming he's actually Tim Breaker and not the guy from Quantum Break, living under a fake name to hunt down Door/Hatch. I mean, I think that's part of it, though. I think so. Hey, listen, we don't know for certain where Sarah was, but she was right there alongside Alan with a flashlight and gun shooting weird. Yeah, she's prime FBC. Absolutely, you are absolutely right, Brian. Like in the fallout of all the Alan Wake stuff, I can absolutely see FBC, you know, people being like, hey, Sarah, listen, we know your dad, and maybe she's with her dad and they're doing some sort of like FBC, training stuff, maybe it's like, yeah, you got to go, you've got some stuff you got to work on before you can get into the FBC, whatever. But if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be her. But oh, that's what happened. There's actually a bad guy out here. Here, hang on. I'm gonna duck back in the room for a second while I talk about this. So, at the start of Control, I talked about my kind of my Remedyverse theory of parallels, right? Of how Remedy uses similar or the same actors for different characters, and those characters are meant to be parallels, right? So Max Payne, Alex Casey, right? Those characters are meant to be parallels. Beth Wilder and Jesse Faden, those characters are meant to be parallels. And I think here with Tim is supposed to be a parallel to the character in Quantum Break, right? He's supposed to be a parallel. That's why he is trying to find Mr. Door, aka Martin Hatch, because those characters are connected, right? And so I think the Remedyverse is not so much a bunch of like weird, like it's not the MCU, right? Where all of this stuff is happening in the same world. You know, that thing with Mr. Door is he exists between universes, right? That's the thing, right? Like Brian said, like he shifts between universes. And so what I think we see instead is parallel worlds, right? And so you look at, because there's no way the FBC exists in the world of Quantum Break, right? Like just logistically, because like they would absolutely, they would have shown up for all the time stuff, right? Especially considering it took place over like 30 years. The FBC would have definitely been involved. Matt, Quantum Break came out before the FBC existed. Sure, but we can still sort of, you know, expand on this. So in this universe, in the Alan Wake universe, in the Alan Wake Control universe, this is what's going on. There's a parallel universe that's Quantum Break. There's a parallel universe that's Max Payne, right? In this universe, Max Payne is known as Alex Casey, right? And so again, it gets also to what I think the power that Alan has, you know, maybe from being a para-utilitarian, maybe from being something else. He can see other universes. He can see the future. He can see other things, and he pulls those into fiction. And it's easier to make those real because they're technically real, right? He wrote Alex Casey because in an alternate universe, Max Payne exists, and he turned it into Alex Casey. I can't say for certain. I think by the end of this, they explain a lot, kind of the same like Control did. Yeah, that's my hope. I hope by the end of this is just me theorizing as we're getting through it, because it's how my brain works. Can't forget about the parallel universe game Katamari. This is reaching Watsonian versus Doyleist explanations. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
I could see the Ocean View Hotel. I was getting...
To explain the phrase first, you asking a question about Sherlock Holmes to Watson or Doyle. Oh, okay, I see. I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. Right, and that's actually a great way to think about it, because I don't want to say that Watson was probably Doyle's self-insert character, but he probably used Watson as his voice more often than not. I should read all the Sherlock Holmes books. Forever ago, I bought, and I don't have it anymore. I got a like collection of Sherlock Holmes stuff.
The lights affected where the door led to.
I used the light to make this happen, and then now I'm here. Because if I put the light back, it looks like this. Where'd he go? You fuck. Oh, yeah, right. If I go into the light, they disappear. Ocean View Motel. Okay, hang on. Hang on. We don't want to go this way yet. From an out of... What? What just happened? Oh, I see. All it's doing is letting me go back up to here. I see. From an outer universe perspective, Remedy legally can't use anything from Quantum Break or Max Payne, so we get those suspiciously similar substitutes. Right, but I think that they're coming up with a in-universe explanation for it as well. Like, I think there are some intentionalities. Yeah, they're using alternate universe to explain, like, hey, why are there characters that are played by the same people that have very similar names, that have very similar stories? Put a light. Okay, I don't know why I have to.
Bar menu caught my eye.
Lake on the Rocks? All right. Hang on 1 second. I gotta take a little bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right. I don't know why it played an ad just now. Oh, we're not back from an ad. That's what it's saying. I see. All right. I don't know much about alcohol. 2050 seems expensive for a single drink. It does. It does. Try our Ocean View cocktail. How much is the Ocean View cocktail? 25.50. The Ocean View cocktail is 25.50. Let's see if we need some kind of Secretary of IP that just allows IPs to tell larger stories. We just really need. Nice. We need someone to just let the X-Men into the Marvel movies. I mean, they can. Like, they could use them whenever they wanted. We just need to, the much harder thing, we just need to completely overhaul copyright law in America. Because it's atrocious. Oh, I missed an echo over here? Oh.
You dream of calling it quits, making a clean break, retiring, escaping, leaving all this sordid misery and terror behind. Getting in a car and driving till you see the sun rise, somewhere where the sun still rises. Settling down, buying a house, fixing it up, building a life, finding someone. It's a fool's dream. It would all go bad.
You can't buy a house anymore.
Let's hope in. It would be unbearable.
How many older games do you think of? Probably Forever Lost of Time because the old developer got acquired and merged over and over. Oh, most of them.
But you can never
most
take
of them.
the city out of the man.
And you hear about a number of stories of people like, hey, you know what would be cool is if we could re-release this. And they're like, well, we literally don't know who owns the IP to it, so we cannot. Oh, come on. I'm right there. I'm right here. I'm right here. I see it. I see it. How am I supposed... Or at least on the Sega Saturn, there's only 3... Oh man, Saturn emulation is... something, let me tell you. There's no jump button in this game, so... But yeah, I definitely don't disagree with you on that point, Nuja, where it's just like you said, like, who owns the rights to this anymore? Who knows? And you know what I think you should do in that point? Someone should just do it and then see who comes out of the woodwork to sue. 2550. You know? In this case, piracy / emulation could be considered the moral thing to do in order to keep the game alive. Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Yeah. For games that are not able to be purchased, like I would, one of the things, if I had a ton of money, I would absolutely work on a court case to be like, hey, listen, if this game is not available to purchase anywhere, then there's no legal penalty around emulation. Like, there's nowhere for me to buy a copy of, I don't know if they put like Yoshi's Island 2 on Sega or on but like Super Mario Paint. You can't buy Super Mario Paint anywhere. So who cares? Closed due to water damage, do not enter. We apologize for the inconvenience. The Ocean View Motel having water damage is very funny. Ugh. 665.
The room was empty except for the projector.
I'd love they put Mario Paint on the Switch, even if the cursor was mapped to a joystick.
To be played.
I mean, it had controller support back in the day, but there's also it's got a touchscreen. This number is very funny to me for a specific reason. On an unrelated note, Friends of the Table. Yeah, everybody play. Everybody listen to Friends of the Table. I was listening to Friends of the Table yesterday. It was great. It's great. Do you have it? Okay, this is wilder. The spiral. I thought maybe Alan was a projector slide. Boy. Hello? Zane? Scratch.
In this temple of shadow and mist.
Ah, it's Zane.
And a door in the ceiling. There's no knowing
Am I standing still, or running, or kneeling?
What did you do?
Do you have IT?
You're the one who's been calling me.
Do you have it?
Indeed.
Oh my God.
I'm Zane. Welcome to the House of Zane.
The poet. The diver. You look like...
I'm a Zane.
Or maybe you look like me, you handsome devil. The diver was a beloved character I played in one of my films. I'm a filmmaker, a celebrated auteur.
I need answers. Why is Return so...
So this is
You always get up like this. Come on.
God, I can't remember his name half the time. This is his actual voice. This is the actor actually speaking.
Two artists collaborating, remember? Crafting the keys to our escape. Your magnum opus, Return, and its companion piece, my film. Sharing our life-altering visions, a melding of higher minds. Dreaming up our transcendental work of art. Here, in this room, in this room, in this room, in this room.
Oh, I don't. Oh. Okay.
I need the clicker. It's Return, because we return.
So.
And that is how the magic happened.
Enough of this bullshit. Alice is in danger. I need another murder site to go further. Back to Parliament Tower. Scratch is...
Your wife is safe, back in the real New York. But Scratch is reaching for her through an overlap. Return is the key to escaping the dark place. You need to get it before that freak does. There's a murder site here in the hotel. Let the waves of your writing carry you there.
I don't like...
Hello?
They're all yours. If anyone asks, you were never here.
I mean, there was Jesse too.
Zane had ended our talk in what felt like a paranoid fit. I had what I needed from him. There was another murder site in the hotel to guide me further toward my...
Shoutouts to having names on captions. Hey, shoutouts to the way that proper accessibility can help you enjoy media more. That was Jesse, and yeah, Dr. Darling.
An idea nagged at me.
And Night Springs.
I could almost reach it.
Whispers from the police radio kept me awake at night. The word through the ether. A murder in the backdrop of a play featuring a murder cult. How meta can you get? He said, looking knowingly at the camera. I could sense the cult of the word in this, and their leader, Mr. Scratch. Rumored to be Alan Wake, the writer who'd gone missing years before.
The hotel was a perfect setting for a Casey story. I was on the right path.
So again, right. So talking about like, oh, I need another murder site. And then in the real world, Casey talking to Alex about like...
At the entrance lobby.
You know, Casey was talking to Saga at the beginning, talking about how he investigated a murder cult in New York. So is this a thing where Alan is writing...
The entrance hall set the mood, where everyone had come in. The victim, the murderer, the detective. An idea, clear as a vision, waited for me here.
Is this a thing where Alan, in trying to write this story, to write himself out, is writing these events are occurring, or is Mr. Scratch taking this and writing this? And the answer is like, maybe.
So you were the director of this play?
Yeah, that's me. Our performance of the cult was cursed from the pre-show ritual on. The cult is an immersive theatrical experience.
Ed!
You're gonna have to walk me through what that means.
Immersive theater. A play where the audience can participate, spread across this hotel. The cult is a legend. The only written copy of the manuscript lost, the play is passed on as oral tradition between theater companies. Each company only performs it once. The play was said to have special power. We were like kids playing with a Ouija board. And when you call for the devil, he will come.
The pre-show ritual. That's it.
Ed.
Start from the beginning. The plot board was empty again. I needed a new draft back at the beginning, but closer to my goal.
Preparations were underway for the play. Yep, it's the one that we saw, the cult.
Layers upon layers. A play about a murder cult, infiltrated by a real murder cult. The ballroom was where the pre-show ritual was held.
Figure out what happened in the ballroom. Okay, so this is the exit. This is reception. Okay. Hey, listen, I know this is our knowledge, not the community knowledge. I see where this play is going. I love the idea. I remember reading a story about, it wasn't a play. I think it was like, Sparkle, hello. It wasn't a play. It was, I think it was like a haunted house thing. But it was like a murder mystery, and it was played out over the different rooms in a theater house.
The shadows were gone, or just out of sight.
Too many hotels. My best friend sent me a video of the hotel he's staying at. It's a fancy hotel he got a discount on because he works for the same company. And of course, I work at a hotel, and you're that's a lot of hotels. That's, yeah. Did I see the TikTok you posted in the Bulba channel a while ago? Actually, I don't think I did. Oh, see here. Look at that. Look at that. What was it about? Remind me. The Mimikyu but Bulb. Oh, you know what? I saw that you posted that, but I saw it before I went to bed. So I saw that you posted it, but I didn't look at it. I will, I'll look at it over the break. I completely forgot about it. Down to it, I was told at work we're like a fancy hotel concierge. That's true. It's a very similar vibe. But Sparkle, how you doing? How are things? I was actually just thinking the other day. I was like, oh, Sparkle hasn't been in stream for a minute. That's a nice tub. That's a fancy tub. If I stayed at a place that had a tub like that, I would take a bath like immediately with the little grate. Oh. All right, so we got a triangle. Breaking not copyright infringing news. New PAL deck video. Oh shit. We should catch up on those during the break or after the break. I don't think we haven't streamed too many of those. Hotel isn't fancy enough to have those unless it's something like extra bedding. Yeah, having clawfoot hotels or having clawfoot bats like that is very expensive. Might as well do TikTok 31 days of Mimikyu. Mimikyu's Bulbasaur's. Yes. Yes, I always appreciate people sharing.
I was missing something.
Sharing Bulbasaur stuff in the Bulba channel. Thoroughly blessed. Oh, that's the cult. This is the blessing door.
The room
Final
at the end of
scene.
The corridor was closed off. It felt significant. Something terrible would happen there.
Which door leads to the oldest house? I can't remember. It wouldn't be the upward pointing triangle, right? But it could be. I think it was, I thought it was a downward facing triangle.
I needed to find the key.
I do need to find the key. I don't know. There's an echo here. This door's locked. Can I go? No. Let's move.
Solving the crime and creating it.
Let's move the pre-show ritual to the final scene. Ah, okay.
The prop room had been changed from room 104 to room 225.
Move these props to room 225 for later use in the ballroom.
The troupe were busy building their own Wicker Man, where they themselves would be sacrificed.
Not even. Yeah, the board is a downward triangle. So it's not impossible, but I thought the door in the one in Control was a downward triangle. She did the series with Giratina, which looked amazing. Yeah, I'll have to check that out on the break. That sounds really good. I'm more scared when there's shadow monsters in the place with the lights on. I'm very interested at both Ed and Tammy being in this part of the story. Oh, there's the diver. Juice box? Where? Did you not take a juice box from the cooler? Oh, no, it's bullets. It kind of looks like a juice box, I'll give you. How did I... Little green box, I thought it was Ecto Cooler? Now I'm in 225? What? I wonder what's more cost effective, putting full coffee pots like that in rooms or Keurigs like we do. I bet you when you're dealing with a really fancy place like this, people aren't worried about what's cost effective, right? Because you just charge them. Like, Aaron and I were talking about this the other day. Like, rich people don't know what things actually cost. There's another one. So is this just a different manifestation reserved for rehearsal? No. Oh, that's maybe the very spotty thing that I dislike. Is the flashlight break is just a little spotty.
It was locked from the other side.
Oh, that door's open now. Uh-oh. That door's open now.
Darkness is coming.
Oh, I missed real bad. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. 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 Hope a biscuit came with that 3-piece. Had a lady complain once the TP in her bathroom was half empty, and I was like, well, yeah, unless we need to, we can't afford to swap TP rolls for every new one. Yeah, like, the TP is half empty. Okay, then fucking... All right. I think, you know what? I think that's a good spot. That's a good, you know, we'll just take this. We'll take this as a sign we should take our break. We'll take that as a sign we should take our break. That dude, that dude comboed me. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. That dude hit me with the front and the back and then the front and then the back. But all right. I'm gonna take my morning break. When I get back, we'll do Game Duel. We'll check out the new PAL deck. I don't think we've caught up on a bunch of those. So we'll go back through and look at some of those. I should look. I think I know that they have a creator thing. I should look into getting on that list. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a walk Josie really quick, all that. I'll be back just a little bit. Don't go anywhere.